All right, how's it going? How's it going? Lead nurture. All right, welcome. We will jump right in. I'm going to keep up our 5-part series talking about the 5 growth frameworks for your martial arts academy. We talked yesterday about the overview of that, what those 5 points are, and how to use them. We talked about bait, which is going to be our kind of our advertisement, whether that be paid or free ads. If you can hear me and if you can see me, go ahead and put a yes in the comments, please. Let me know that you can hear me and see me, and we will get rolling here. So attract, right? So what is that process to get the person to show up, to schedule that appointment? What does that look like? How do we do that? Let me know if you have, if you can hear me and see me. Put a thumbs up or a yes in the comments, and we will jump in here. So, what is lead nurture, right? What does attract mean? What is that process? So, what you want to be looking for in the attract kind of process is kind of building that relationship with your prospective client. Figuring out like when they want to make that purchase. They want you to be the expert. They want, you want to position yourself as the pro. And how do we do that? What are those relationships like? How do we kind of mesh that together, right? How do we build that relationship? And then how do we actually get them to show up? So again, the goal of lead nurture is 2 things, really. Either getting someone to schedule an appointment or getting them to show up for a scheduled appointment, right? One of those 2 things needs to happen for us to be able to make the sale. And if we can't make the sale, we're not going to make any money, right? So we want to make sure that we are using these lead nurture processes as a way to get people first to schedule that appointment, and second, to get them to actually show up. Do me a favor, if you are in the live right now, and you know what your percentage of shows are, so you know what that percentage rate of your shows are, please put that in the comments. Drop it in the comments for me. Let me see what percentage people are getting. Typically what we see on average in our industry, if we are doing manual or semi-auto lead nurture, it is going to be in that 16 to 20% is kind of the overall industry average for that. If you're doing like a fully automated software AI kind of program, we're seeing results in the 50%. So if you know what your percentage is, drop it in the comments. Let us know what that percentage of people making an appointment and then actually showing up for that appointment. It's the biggest problem that I see across the board. Everyone, pretty much, not only in our industry, across the board in most industries, the biggest problem is, anybody can get leads, but getting those leads to actually show up in the door is where you see the biggest issue for most people, right? Most academies, and especially martial arts academies. That is like one of the biggest problems that we see across the board. So again, if you know what your percentage is, drop it in the comments. And if you can hear me and see me, put yes in the comments, please. So we kind of talked about what lead nurture is, right? Like getting someone to either set an appointment or schedule that appointment, or actually start to show up for it. There's 3 basic ways that we can do this, right? First way is going to be manual. So fully manual lead nurture works really well, but like anything, you're either going to spend time or money, or time and money. And with manual lead nurture, if you're doing it yourself and you're doing it the right way, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and obviously, like if you're not making money with that time, or if you're paying someone else to do that, you're spending money to get those leads to show up. Works really well though if you put in the time. Typically, what we see, if you're getting about 100 to 150 leads, if you're doing a fully manual lead nurture, you need to be about 4, 5 probably 5-6 hours a day, running those manual lead nurture processes, right? If you're doing like a semi-automatic, so you're doing some kind of like manual and automated kind of messaging system, you're looking at anywhere from that like 3 to 4, 4 to 5 hours, something in that time frame. And then if you are doing more of like a fully automated system, like our AI, what's up, John? See you, Matt. If you're doing more of like that fully automated system, typically you're going to spend about 15 to 20 minutes a day. So quite a time save, but again, it's, you're always going to invest either time or money or both. So when we're talking about those manual kind of operations, right? We have a kind of a process that we want to follow with that. Typically what you want to do is you want to get back to that prospect, whether they schedule an appointment or if they don't schedule an appointment, you get that lead information. You want to get back to that person within about 5 minutes. We want to use like top of mind awareness, right? Like whatever was in our ad that they clicked on our ad and saw that pain point for them, it brought a pain to their mind. They clicked on the ad. They wanted to solve that problem. So the quicker we can get back to them at that time when they're thinking about that pain, when they're feeling their belly or they're fat, or like, they remember getting beat up as a kid or somebody getting bullied or whatever it might be, we want to tap back into that as quickly as possible. So we want to get back to those people within about 5 minutes. And what we do is we have what we call a kill list. And that kill list is basically just a full script of what to say to them, right? How to either get them to schedule that appointment if they haven't, or if they have scheduled that appointment, how to get them to show up either for that scheduled appointment, or, if that's 4 or 5 days away, we want to try to get them in today or tomorrow. So how do we get them in sooner is really, really important. So let me know in the comments right now if you're doing either a manual kind of lead nurture, or if you're doing a semi-manual, or if you have like a fully automated system that's doing that. Just put that in the comments for me. Auto, manual, or fully auto. So kind of jumping back in. So that manual, right? Like I said, we want to get them opted in within about 5 minutes. Once we get that information and we get them logged in, and we get back to them within that 5 minutes, like what do we say? How do we do that? So what we do is we have a kill list. Like I said, let me know if you want the kill list, and just put kill list in the comments, and we'll get you a copy of our kill list. It has the phone script with it, has the text script and stuff like that. Also has like exactly what to say, how to say it, and the time frames that you want to be doing this. So that kill list is basically what we're looking to do is right away within 5 minutes, hit them up, try to get them on the phone. We're going to call them twice. We call it a double tap. So we call them once. If they don't answer, we're going to call them right back. If they don't answer again, we're going to text them after that. Again, trying to either set up that new appointment or trying to confirm that appointment. So we're going to be doing this kind of double tap text phone sequence for 7 to 10 days. And this is where the time starts to come in, right? Like it's very time consuming to have to call these people and text these people and do all of that. But again, if you want to beat that, average of like 16 to 20% of people showing up at the door, like this is the work you have to put in to do that, right? So it's a lot of manual work, a lot of phone calls, a lot of texting. If you're not doing it, you got to be checking on somebody else, make sure they're doing it, because trust me, like I have staff, we watch them, they're supposed to call twice, they call once. They're supposed to text them after they call twice, they don't text them. Like they only text them, they don't call at all. So all of these things are going, like someone has to be checking up on them. If it's a staff member, if it's you're doing it yourself, you got to make sure you're sticking with this. Don't skip the steps. So again, if you want the kill list and the scripts, just put kill list in the comments, and we'll get that for you. But again, this is a 7 to 10 day kind of lead process, right? You talk to any salesperson, they always say that money is in the list, right? So you have to be following up with these leads, following up with these leads, and following up with these leads. It doesn't stop. If they don't get on that schedule right away and show up, it typically takes 6 to 10 kind of touches, whether that's phone calls, text messages, whatever, 6 to 10 kind of touches to actually get them to come in and buy. So that's why it's a process, right? And you have to get them in as soon as possible to start that process. So that's kind of that's kind of the manual thing, right? We want to call them right back within 5 minutes. We want to shoot them that text message. We want to shoot them those phone calls. And when you're on that phone call, right, it's really important to use the script the right way. I hear a lot of people when they do scripts, it's like, hey, what's up? Is Joe there? Like, no, like we don't do that anymore. Everybody has their own phone. Like we don't need to ask who's there. Like you want to kind of get in the moment of like, this person, right? So it's like, Joe, what's up, man? It's Lance. Like now that you've put them on the defensive a little bit, like who's this? How do I know this guy? So it's like, hey, what's up, man? It's Lance. Hey, you opted in for our free whatever on Facebook? Yeah. This is Lance from Conquest. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I remember doing that. So like you want to make sure you're doing the script the right way, not kind of just, hey, what's up? Is Joe available? Like they know that's a telemarketer. They're gonna hang up. You have only a split second at the beginning to get them off guard to be able to start that conversation. If not, boom, now you're playing defense because they're like, who's this? Why are you calling me? Blah, 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 blah. So now like you've put them on the defensive right away. Like people get nervous and they don't know what it is and they hate telemarketers. So if you can real quick put them kind of on the defensive, now you're in an ability or a way to start to get into that conversation with them, and you've dropped their guard a little bit, and now you can kind of start to run with them. If you want the full kill list, I'm not going to go into the whole thing right now, but just put kill list in the comments. We will get you that full kill list with the phone script, with the text stuff, all of that. Just put kill list in the comments. I'm going to go to the second one. The second one is going to be more of an automated and kind of manual process. So you start to integrate both of those together. This is what we did for a long time. We took Scipio or Haymarket or any of like the texting apps. We would hook them up to like our Acuity calendar. So people opt into our funnel on Facebook, or wherever we were advertising that. Once they opted into the Facebook, we put them all automatically into our Acuity calendar. They would schedule their own appointment, or most of them will schedule their own appointment. From there, we would get automated text messages and calls to them. And you can make this completely automated. You won't get as good results, but you will get, you will increase a little bit off of that 20%. But Scipio using Zaps, and you kind of tie all that together. If you need help with that, let us know. We can get you set up and kind of help you with that as well. But you want to right away, again, have the Zaps fire so that it tells Scipio to drop them into a campaign and into a group. And then you're going to shoot them that text message like, hey, what's up? This is Lance from Conquest. Just confirming your appointment for blah, blah, blah. Or like, hey, what's up? This is Lance from Conquest. I noticed you didn't schedule an appointment. Just want to see if I can schedule that appointment for you. Again, we have all these text scripts and stuff like that. If you need any of these, put Scipio in the comments if you want our Scipio kind of automated campaign stuff. If not, you can use this, or you can kind of make up your own using those kind of softwares. Like I said, we would use ClickFunnels to Acuity Calendar. The Acuity Calendar then goes to a Zap, which would fire and kind of drop them into our Scipio campaign. And then the Scipio campaign from there will actually send out all of those text messages and the information that they need to either schedule that appointment, follow up with them if they already made an appointment. And again, just a nice lead nurture, kind of talking like, we'll send quick little videos or articles, things like that. So anytime you're thinking about this lead nurture process, you want to be thinking about like, how can you put more bait out there, right? So do I say like, hey, what size t-shirt do you wear? I'm going to have a t-shirt ready for when you get here, right? Now you're going to increase that show ability from the people that scheduled those appointments. We have an in-body scan. So it's like, hey, when you get here, we're going to do an in-body scan. We're going to do a body analysis, blah, 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 right? So now they know they're getting something when they get here. They're not just trying to get sold on something. Hey, we'll have your first class ready. Instructor will be waiting for you at the door, whatever it is. If you have gloves, if you have t-shirts, if you have recipe books, any of that stuff that you can add to the text or the call. And it's like, hey, we'll have this ready for you when you get here. Let me know what size you do. Let me know what kind of food you like, whatever it might be. But you want to give them that offer so that when they show up, now they know they're getting something for free. They're more apt to show up. So again, the manual and the kind of semi-auto, using like a Scipio and kind of like integrating a bunch of different things together. When you start to use those, you're looking at 16 to 20%. Maybe if you do a little bit more automated, you're going to be up to 20-25%. But kind of that industry average is around that 20% mark. And the reason for that is, I say this a lot in our sales meetings and our sales stuff, but it also goes for leads as well. About 20% of the people that are on your list or that opt in for something, like they're going to buy no matter what. They're going to show up no matter what. Like they're super engaged. They're very high qualified. They want to be there. They want to do that no matter what it is, no matter the price. It doesn't matter. They just want to do it. So 20% of those people are going to be really, really easy to sell, really easy to close. 20% of the people are never going to show up. They're never going to buy. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be giving away a Ferrari and they're still not going to show up because they just don't want to do it. They're out there tire kicking, whatever, right? But in that middle, there's about a 60% of the people that you need to fight for, right? And so lead nurture is the same as a sale. Like I have to fight sometimes to get these people to show up. But if I can fight for that 60% in the middle to actually get them to show up, do the extra calls, do the extra text messages, add in the giveaway gift, all of those things that just increase the expectancy of those people to show up. Then what I get from that is more people showing up. So if I can convert 50% of that 60%, right? So if I can get 30 more people in that, just say out of 100, if I can get 30 more people in there and I have the 20 before, now we're getting 50% to show up. If I can get 50% of my leads to show up, I'm going to make money. Even if I can only close another 50% or 40%, like the more people I can get in the door, the more money I'm going to make overall, just based on numbers. Like, again, 20% are always going to buy, 20% are never going to buy. And that 60% in the middle is what we're always going to be fighting for, whether it's lead nurture to get them in the door or whether it's at the sale when we're trying to sell them into our program. Like they're the ones that are like, oh, I don't know, like it sounds cool, but I'm not sure. Those are the ones you have to dig back in, right? You have to dig in. You got to try to sell them again. Really, really important to fight for those 60%. And we're not fighting for them again, as a reason to get our pocket full, right? We're not trying to make money. Like obviously that's the goal, but we also, if you're coming from the right position of helping someone, like now you have the ability to say like, man, this 60% in the middle, I have to fight for them because I know I can help them. I know I can help them lose weight. I know I can get their kids like bully proof. I know that I can get more confidence or martial arts or whatever it is. Like if I'm coming from the idea that I'm trying to help these people, like I am much more engaged. I'm much more in the ability to say like, man, I'm here to do whatever I can to make you hit your goal. If I'm just coming from the ideas like I want to make more money, like I'm never going to be successful at lead nurture, at sales or anything, because people are going to be able to see through that. Like if you're really coming from the area of like help, and I want to help these people get bigger and get better and be healthier and all of the kind of things that people want martial arts and fitness for, then I'm coming from the right mindset and I'm going to be able to help people. And when I need to fight for that, I know that I'm fighting for the right reason. I'm not fighting because I want them to just get me money. I know that I'm fighting because I want that person to lose weight. I want them to live a healthier lifestyle. I want them to be self-defense oriented, whatever that is, right? But very, very important to kind of think that way when you're doing these lead nurtures and when you're doing sales. The next part of this series, which we'll do tomorrow, is going to talk about sales a lot, which I know everybody likes sales. But this lead nurture thing, again, like if I can't get people in the door, I don't have the opportunity to sell them. So let me know how right now you're doing. If you're doing like a manual lead nurture, if you're doing some kind of like semi-automated and manual mix, or if you have like a fully automated, like our King's AI or something like that, put it in the comments. Let me know how you're doing your lead nurture. And if you know what percentage you're getting right now of people showing up, drop that in the comments as well. The last kind of part of lead nurture is that fully automated kind of process. And that's what we use now. It's our King's AI. Works really, really well. Like I said, we right now the Kings are averaging about 50% show rate. So again, if you have 100 leads, 50 of them are showing up, about almost 2 times the average of the almost 2.5 times the average of the industry. I'm using that AI. AI is really cool because it actually just sends all the messages and kind of figures out what needs to be said. Like I said, with the fully automated, 15, 20 minutes a day, you're just checking your calendar, looking at your stuff, making sure you know when people are showing up, and then you're selling them. So if you're really busy, if you're doing Zoom classes, if you're doing in-person stuff, if you're doing the sales, you're doing all the teaching, like you also probably don't have 4 or 5 hours a day to be doing that lead nurture stuff. So that's where like the AI fully automated system comes into play. Like just takes all of the work off your hands. Saves you a lot of time, saves you a lot of money in the long run, and you get a lot more people in the door just based on the numbers. If I know that if I'm doing automated or manual automation, I'm getting 20 or 25% in the door. So 20 people out of 100, 25 out of 100. If I'm doing the automated system, fully automated, King's AI, then I know that I'm getting like 50. So I'm getting double the amount of attempts at bat to actually start to sell and close these people. So it works really good. The automated system is just a system that's going to do the same thing that we're talking about manually, except for it just does it automatically. So there's not a lot to talk about other than it's going to save you time, save you money, save you energy, and make you more money on the back end of that. But the main thing that I want to kind of finish up with is kind of, again, like you're not bothering these people. You're not, they're not going to be upset at you if you call them more than once. And that's where a lot of people get in the habit of like, I called him, he didn't answer, I'm not going to call him back. I called him, he said he was at work, like I'm not going to call him back. You can't have that mindset. You need to have the mindset of like, you're here to help these people. And if you're really coming from that mindset of help, like you're going to keep calling these people until they physically say like, hey, look, I'm not interested. Please take me off your list. Like nobody's going to get mad. They're just going to say, hey, like, cool, can you take me off your list? I'm not interested anymore. And if they say that, cool, no problem. Take them off the list. Don't call them anymore. But until they ask you that, or until they say stop, or until they message you back and say don't do that, like keep going after these people. You paid for that lead, or you got that lead through organic messages, manners, however it was, you came upon that lead. They opted in for it. They asked for that solution. So give them that solution. Don't wait on the background. Don't wait on the back burner. Like make sure you keep kind of following up with them, have staff do that. But again, 7 to 10 days, you should be following up with every one of these leads. The cool thing about the King's AI is it's a 60-day lead nurture. So even if they don't get scheduled in that first 7 to 10 days, it's going to keep going back to them, trying to schedule that appointment or trying to get them to show up for that appointment for 60 days. So you get so many leads from the weeks and weeks and weeks before that you can keep following up with. So if you're getting 100 leads, 150 a month, kind of, average the Kings get about 150 to 200 leads a month. Like over 3 months, now you're talking about 600 people. And it's really hard to keep up with that manually. So that's where like the fully automated systems work really well because they can just keep going through those people. It doesn't bother them. It's no work. They don't sleep. It's no vacation. Like it just sends stuff out. So it does it all by itself. Again, fully automated, you're going to be 15, 20 minutes a day. Semi, which is like, manual and automated technology together. Again, what we use is Acuity. Well, we use ClickFunnels to get the lead. We push them to our Acuity calendar. They either set up an appointment or they don't. If they set up an appointment, Scipio is going to shoot them a message. From there, they're gonna get another message, email message. But if you're doing it manually, then you need to be calling these people. And really, even with the Scipio and the automated, you still need to be calling these people because they're just getting those text messages and the emails. So you still want to be touching base with them in a more personable way. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to call them because I don't want them to say like, what's the price or whatever. As long as you're controlling the conversation, price isn't going to come up. If it does come up, you just want to have ways to get around it. Like, oh, cool, we have different programs to offer. What we want you to do is come in and try that free class. Once you do that, we're going to sit down with you. We're going to answer any questions you might have. So we'll make sure we get you the right program for what you need. Sound good? Are you available today or tomorrow? And then you just schedule that appointment. You controlling the conversation is really important. That's where like our script comes in. So if you do need the script or the kill list, put script or kill list in the comments. We'll make sure to get you that. If you want the Fab 5 full framework, downloads and all that stuff, which, the bait stuff is in there, the attract stuff is in there. The whole package is already done for you. It's a PDF that you'll get plus a bunch of videos. If you want that as well, put in the comments 5, and we'll make sure to get that for you. And like I said, tomorrow we will be kind of finishing up, or not finishing up, but we will be working on our sales part of this. So kind of what is the sales process? Where are we trying to get people to? So it's kind of our land them and kind of how to systemize that sales conversation so that you can get that predictable process to get a predictable outcome, right? And that's, again, what this Fab 5 is working on, is to have a predictable growth pattern so that we know, like, we have one way to kind of, or we have a couple ways to get leads in the door. How do we get those leads nurtured, and how do we get them to show up? What is that sales process that we're going to be working for? When we're in that sales process, we're going to be delivering, or we're going to be promising them something. So how do we deliver and fulfill on what we promised them? And then from there, how do we elevate them through our system to keep them around for a long time, to build that lifetime value, kind of work them up what we call our value ladder. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you have any friends that are interested in how to do lead nurture the right way, throw them in here. Like I said, if you want that kill list, or if you want that phone script, put kill list in the comments. If you want our full Fab 5 thing, free PDF, videos, all that stuff to go along with it, put 5 in the comments now. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, drop them in the comments if you do, and I will get those as they come in. But thanks for jumping on. Hopefully you liked it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. All right. Talk to you all soon. There's a 5. Any other 5s? Any other kill list? What do you need? Let me know, and we will see you soon. Thanks a lot.